Good morning. It's time for a coffee, huh? So here we are. Let's see here if I can find what's going on my channel, if I'm on there yet. Barely, huh? There's the notification. Okay. I have it on chat in case you guys want to talk. And, I feel like a spirit is talking to me quite a bit lately. I've been in a really strange kind of like mindset. And so, what I was drawn to talk to you about today is the dark night of the soul and what it is, and why. Why does it happen, So, I have quite a bit of information, and I'm just going to try and like let you know what this is. So, the dark night is just the beginning stages of awakening. It's like things aren't turning out the way you thought. You're disillusioned. You're not happy. There's depression, anxiety, confusion, emptiness. This could be a cause from a breakup, a divorce, trauma, illness, loss of a loved one, or any kind of traumatic event. It's this place where you just like, you don't understand the point, right? So there was this guy. I found so much information. It's really good if you guys are interested in it. I hope so. Because I just feel like this is what's happening to me. This is what's been happening to me for like the last 4.5 years. So there's this guy named John Cross from the 16th century, and he actually wrote a book called The Dark Night of the Soul. And what was happening to him in the 16th century is he was in solitary confinement, and it was during the Spanish Inquisition. So he was in solitary confinement, and so I really took quite a bit of notes from what he was saying, because he was, definitely wondering what the hell was happening to him, So what he said about it was, it's the passage from the binding of the ego to the divine union. He calls it his soul's return to the divine. It's an emptiness beyond measure, a state of loss, desolation, and darkness like you've never, ever experienced before. This emptiness is the no man's land between the identity of the human persona and the yet to be made person that is in union with the divine. And I'm always talking about it on the channel, it's about body, mind, soul alignment. So it's like kind of like a time before your soul, like you and your soul integrate, right? So you're in this place and you feel like, I don't know who I am. I don't know who this person is anymore. Because you're not the same, like this John Cross, like he's been in a solitary confinement. Imagine that, imagine being in solitary, and what you might do in that place, right? You would be questioning everything, like, who am I? Like, who am I really? So this man finds himself not as John the person, the ego, the human that he was, and he's not yet united with his divine essence. So he's kind of like in this place in between, like he's not completely aligned, but he's definitely understanding like something is amiss with this person, this ego human that he's always been. Like he's realizing like something isn't right, it doesn't feel right anymore. So it goes on to say that enlightenment is a destructive process. It's a crumbling away of untruth, right? think about all the stuff that you were raised to believe, like all of us. It's a whole different world now, it is. Your conditional thoughts, your actions, your emotional patterns, all of it dissolved and removed from your life. You can experience a whole identity crisis. Who am I? You know, like that doesn't work for me. That isn't who I am anymore. Like I don't even know what to do, right? Little by little, these things that kind of uh, defined you in the world and to yourself are just disintegrating. It's a lonely, dark, and hollow feeling, he says, of being lost and empty. You question everything and you have no idea who you are anymore. You are growing, leveling up. That's what's happening. So there are some hints about how to get through the dark night here. Withdraw. Most of our lives we spend looking at the world around us, right? We do. We look at the glitz and the glamour of Hollywood. We look at the fashion models and all of that. We compare, right? We compare our us to who is around us, to who's in the world, right? But it's time to go inside now. So it's saying like, so what I'm asking here is like, or what they're saying is like they're giving us advice about how to get through it, right? So it says, go inside as much as you can, you know. You don't need to be like hanging out with a bunch of people. It is good for you to withdraw, right? That's why the Hermit card comes out. It's definitely all about withdrawing. And it says to stay off your phone, get off your phone and look inside of yourself, right? And be gentle and kind with yourself too. The second thing is to meditate because it's where we find wisdom and solutions. It's where we find our soul, our true self, beyond the conditional identity, beyond our thoughts, the true identity, the soul. It's saying to go ahead and try and sleep as much as you can. A lot of times we go in this, and what happens is we'll try and self medicate. We'll drink, we'll stay up all night, binge watching TV. I do it myself. It's a numbing thing. It's like, help me. I got to get out of this, whatever this is. But it's saying, like, you don't need to do that. Go ahead and take that time to go to sleep because it's sleep that actually lets us release these things, right? So take naps, sleep in, and go to bed early. It's really talking a lot about sleeping here. And then it's talking about grounding nature, going barefoot outside, putting your head against a tree, laying in the grass, grounding in nature. It's simple, but it's very, very powerful for us. It's the reason that it's so powerful is because we are one with everything. Our human being, until now doesn't really realize that connection, you know. We don't. We're so much in our human being. And but when we go through the dark night, we start noticing the connection. Noticing, I don't know, that everything is connected. Every bug, every blade of grass, every tree, all of us connected. So I feel like that's why the grounding is so important, is because that's where you feel that connection to all that is. And it's talking about eating wholesome food and how your body is part of the upgrade. So you have to take really good care of it. Hence the sleep, right? Sleep, eat good, taking better care of your body and seeking knowledge. So this is how you actually love your mind, right? Reading, feeding it new information. Um, and it's also brings out like the nature of our minds transforms our reality. So what are you feeding your mind? What we think is what we become. So during the dark night of the soul, I feel like, your soul will lead you to what to read, what to study, what to look into. And then the next one is seek counsel. This could be like a therapist, right? Somebody you can bounce ideas off of. This is not a friend or a family member. This is someone who's not judging you or your experience. know. They're just helping. And then there was a quote in there I wrote down: when the student is ready, the teacher will come. So I like that. I feel like this whole dark night of the soul is really constructed by, our higher self and all that is. And it's for us to, I don't know, see the bigger picture of life, to be able to live a more enlightened life, you know? And then the final thing is, know this will pass. It's not a punishment. It's not random. It's not an accident. It's part of your journey to be more enlightened in your life experience. To move through it, be aware of what's on the other side: clarity, truth, connectedness, love, and feeling lighter. When you know this, hold this vision and you will arrive soon after. So when you start manifesting, that this is going to pass and what is going to look like on the other side of it, you're going to be connected. I feel like it's happening all along, but when you put all the pieces together, I think, some beautiful magic happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some tarot now. I'm going to pull some tarot, and I'm going to ask Spirit about the dark night of the soul. And I would just like some messages from Spirit about it. Whatever you want to say, Spirit. I love you so much. Thank you so much for this information. I really, really did need to hear it, and I'm sure there's other people. I trust that you will find them and bring them here. Angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, and all that is coming from love and light. Thank you so much for this message. I needed it so bad this week. I love you. Okay, so Five of Wands. It's definitely a struggle. Spirit is saying, yeah, this is not a game for pussies, right? But your higher self is always at the wheel, even if it's quiet. The High Priestess is she's known for not speaking, right? She's silent energy. She's your intuition. Yeah. So she's the one at the wheel and feeding you new information. Baby steps is what I'm feeling. And also, I feel like what they're saying is like it's a struggle and it feels like you're walking on a tightrope. But as you seek truth, you will find it. You'll get enlightened by it. You begin to learn. Yeah, another high priestess, third eye card talking about the same thing. I feel like there's a lot of grieving in it as well, right? But it's just part of it, because you know what, you're grieving a lot because you're seeing something completely different. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, what has happened in mine is that every single thing I was ever taught in my life was really not true. And I had this whole life built on a bunch of, you know, things that weren't accurate. And it's hard to let it go. Nine of Swords is you're up all night trying to let go of these things that have shaped you into who you are. There is, reprieve after this. The World card is here saying like this whole sadness thing is like coming to an end. Here's what's happening. It's the Success card. It's like knowing that you have a whole audience of higher realm watching you grow, watching you come through this. And I have this other deck that shows all these hands holding a woman up in the air, like they're really big hands, and she's like sitting on them like a stairs. And it always makes me think of it's called Reach Out, and it's about spirit holding someone up. Like, so I feel like, it's important for you to realize that you do have an audience. You do, and they're proud of you. and it's all your ancestors, it's your spirit squad, you know, and they're watching you, they're supporting you, they're holding you. They're holding you while you cry, while you close out this part of your life and walk into another one. This is the other card that's on the bottom of the deck. It's like, this is the Six of Swords, and it's a card of rescue, really. You know, it's like you've been in like this emotional state, and it's been kind of a treacherous place. And Spirit goes, come on, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. So I think it's really important that even though it feels like we're all alone, we're really not. And the thing that we're trying to integrate with is our higher self, you know? And integration is part of the dark night of the soul. It's the end result, integration with your higher self. Okay. So tell me what else. Tell me what else. Whoops. Two of Wands just showed itself. So I feel like what it's saying is like, it's important that you choose yourself, you know, do what's best for you. Do what's best for you spiritually, you know, what's the best thing for you. So I feel like there's a transformation coming, is what Spirit is saying. Like you're going into a transformation, letting go of all the false beliefs, all the things that keep you from the light. You know, look at this big jacket. It's a death and rebirth card, you know, and this jacket is like almost keeping a person from the light, you know. And so I feel like it's a process to let that go. It's a process. And sometimes we don't want to. It hurts too much. We want to hang on, you know? We don't want to let go of every single thing we've ever known about ourselves, right? But the thing is when you look really deep, you know, you'll find that Knight of Wands energy, and I'll tell you why. Because the Knight of Wands energy reminds me of the soul. I mean, it's so like going to the next fun thing. And whenever I think about the inner spirit, or our soul, you know, which is what we're trying to integrate with, you know. And so what's the way we find them? We go back to our childhood in our head, and we think of all the stuff that we liked to do then, right? What made us laugh? What made us smile? What made our belly burn with fire? Excitement. What was it? Because that's really where you're going. You know, you're just going back to that little person that you were, that one that was fun and adventurous. That's who your soul is. They're looking for the next fun adventure, the next fun ride. So, I mean, even though it looks like you want to hang on to this thing, you know, so that's part of the dark night, right? Like, do I really want to let go of that? Spirit removes things one tiny thing at a time that our higher self just isn't in agreement with. And you'll notice it, you'll see it. You know, it could be what you're watching on television. I think maybe that was one of the first things I noticed, was like the things that I was watching on TV just like weren't making me feel good anymore. You know what I mean? Alcohol. I can't drink alcohol anymore. It makes me so sick. My inner spirit just pukes every time. Like I can't even drink one beer or two beers. You know, I'm just puking. It's not worth it. So that's another thing that happened to me, was that I had a really bad drinking problem, you guys, and I just can't do it anymore. So it's like, you know, it's like your soul leading you, and you're going from the knight to the queen. What, you think when you're older you're not as fun as when you were younger? Not at all true. No, you're just more fun, and you have more gifts as a queen. You see, that's the point of it. It's like getting in tuned with your higher self so that you realize what your gifts are and you're able to use them. You're excited. I feel like, you know, like you're learning, I don't know, stuff from your higher self, stuff that you knew in your other lives. You know what I mean? Like she's got fire in her hands. She's got candles all around her. She's got the wand in her hand. She's like, she knows how to use her power. She's confident, you know? That's your soul. That's who wants to come out. It's this soul that is alive and beautiful and happy. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me anything else here about this dark night? Okay, so you're walking away from your past, like all the past things. You're keeping what works for you, and you're leaving the rest, right? So you might have some good memories of, your family or whatever. You could be reframing those memories too, you know? Like sometimes, if you're lost in some sort of thought, like, oh, my mom was mean to me or something like that. I have mom issues, I have dad issues, I have something, and your higher self during this dark night of the soul lets you know what the purpose of it was, because you feel broken and you're like, I fucking don't know. What is the goddamn purpose of this, right? And they show you. They do. They show you what happened, and they show you why, what it gave you, what the gift was. Okay. So that's the other thing, like your childhood starts looking different because you're reframing your thoughts during this dark night, during the extra sleep, during the meditation period, right? You're like talking to them about all this stuff, right? Yeah, your beautiful Empress energy is coming in. I feel like there's a plan being made here. You're seeing things different, and your heart's being activated. So that's what's happening. I feel like, even like you could even find some kind of special relationship after this. It's because of your vibe. It's because of your vibe. You're going to be attracting different things after this dark night, because it's just your beautiful, loving, kind soul that's coming to the surface, integrating with your human. And it has been working and working with your human to let go of like old beliefs, old thought patterns about yourself. You know what I mean? Like anything, like, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough. Your soul goes, oh, yes, you're just perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect just as you are. This is exactly who I wanted to be. Thank you so much, human being. I don't know. This is a nice reading. I don't have any comments here. What are you guys doing? How are you feeling about my message? How do you feel about this dark night of the soul business? I decided to look it up because I know that's what's happening to me. I know that's what's happening to more than me. I know that's what's happening to a lot of people who watch my channel. And it's all about spiritual growth and, getting together with your higher self. So that's pretty much what I have for reading today. I'm going to look at this again and see the stages of awakening. Yeah, so it's talking about the final stage of awakening here with integration. It's the human, integration with the human and the shadow that it casts. Now you reclaim what belongs to you and delete what doesn't. As you move toward enlightenment, you identify less with the human and the fears and more with your spiritual essence. So it is definitely a process that takes a while. And let's see, I kind of want to... to look in this oracle. Just want to get a couple of oracle messages for you guys. Spirit, tell me what the message is here for my subscribers in the dark night of the soul. What is the message, Spirit? I am one with nature. I am guided by universal power. I move forward with confidence and ease. So I feel like because this card came out, I feel like I am statements are important. You know what I mean? Like if you do any kind of affirmations, you know, use the I am. I am grateful. I am powerful. I am love and respect, right? I am standing in my power. And I am using my power wisely. I am listening to, and I am guided by my inner wisdom. I stand firmly in my beliefs and respect the beliefs of others, right? So, yeah. So I kind of feel like, you know, you have heart activation coming, collective, and I feel like in that is going to be some kind of power of love coming in for you. An unconditional love. Today I accept others for who they are. I have compassion for all those I encounter. I am kindness. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. So, yeah, that's what it is. It's unconditional love for yourself. At the end of the day, this integration that they're talking about, you know, body, mind, soul integration. Okay, Spirit, give me some tarot on top of these messages. I am guided by universal power. I move forward with confidence and ease. And then I see 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like somebody here is being guided toward 10 of Pentacles, which is love, which is money, which is happy, stable home. I feel like there's a lot of like closing out cycles in this process of enlightenment, this process of the dark night, you know? Yeah, going inside. Thank you, Spirit. Going inside, learning to manifest, right? Their work has changed. You know, what you're being called to do, what you're working on, the things you want to do is changed now, you know? I mean, you're really working on yourself, and self-love is what I feel like with the dark night of the soul. So I feel like where you find your 10 of Pentacles is as within yourself, right? I feel like that's how you manifest that. Okay, tell me more. I do feel like there's a lover coming in. I kept running into the Lover's card, even in this deck. So I don't know what that means, but I didn't really want to make it about a love reading because I don't feel like my life is 100% about romance. It's about finding yourself, right? So what I feel like is during this, what this is saying is like, you're learning the justice of your own life, the justice, the purpose of the things that have happened that have hurt you. Whatever happened to put you in the dark night, you know, a breakup, a divorce, a death, a trauma, you know, an assault, an experience in a war, like all those things and more, you know, put you in the dark night. I feel like there is, for some of you, I feel like there's some people, like spiritual people maybe, or people that are coming in to like offer you hope and knowledge and love, helping you see the bright side of things. So you got a 3 of Cups here. It's about friendship. It can be about reunion too. But, so these could be like old friends, you know, family members that support you. It definitely looks supportive. And it definitely reminds me of spirit activity in your life. So I feel like there's some people here that are going to help you. Could be a Libra, could be a Virgo. Yeah, as you learn to lead with love and become the ruler of your own life, right? Yeah, you're getting good at setting boundaries. I feel like you are getting alignment. I feel like you're kind of like stepping up into this emperor energy. So like kind of like taking the reins to your own life. Like, you know, like once you get through the dark night, you're integrated and you feel a different way. You feel powerful. You feel like you're coming from love, but you have new information. You're a new person. What do you do with that new person? Well, it looks like Spirit is sending you on some sort of a journey, you know, with the Chariot card here. It's you being the ruler of your life and then taking the reins and going for it. I feel like also there's some need to put some boundaries up. Like there's somebody here or something that just isn't serving you. And I feel like, you know, that is saying like there's something that needs to be cut out of your life. It's something that doesn't make you happy, right? So I feel like maybe that's why the Emperor is here, right? There could be some kind of love coming in that you don't see coming, like love. A lover that walked away from you coming back is what it looks like. They maybe see you as an empress, or maybe they are the empress. But I do see a divine connection right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right here. And I feel like it's a pretty passionate connection. I feel like it's love, but they did walk away from you once before. It's a Two of Cups. So they come back and you're saying to yourself, I don't know, should I stay or should I go? Seven of Pentacles, you know? Well, Spirit is telling me, I don't know. They're offering you a new beginning. Maybe they've changed. Maybe it's an Aquarius. Maybe deep down it's your wish fulfillment. I feel like you're really overrun with emotions here. You don't know what to do. A Strength card. Yeah, you feel like this person was I feel like this person was a big pain in your ass. They hurt you, you know, and there's this Queen of Swords right here ready to just say no, right? Don't care if you've changed. That's what it looks like to me, but I mean, of course, it's up to you. I do feel heart activation. I also see the Ten of Pentacles here. Could be talking about this specific relationship coming back. It could also be talking about the growth, you know, the integration process. So, like, let's say this is someone that walked away, but they also have been going through the dark night of the soul, the integration process, and they come back and they say, wow, you know, like, I'm sorry, but I know you're my Two of Cups now. Let's go. I don't know what you're going to do, but I see it here. And I remember the unconditional love card. It's here too. So remember what that card says. I accept others for who they are. I have compassion for all those I encounter. So I kind of feel like this is maybe something that's happening here where you're going to, I don't know, maybe this is somebody that taught you unconditional love, you know, but that doesn't mean that you can't set a boundary still, you know. I mean, you got to work off what you know. So, you know, if this person hurt you before, I mean, I don't know. I would talk to your higher self, but there's definitely a Queen of Swords here. So I don't know. But it looks like a pretty sweet love. It looks like you had it before and they left. So I don't know who that's for, but I feel like you have the power and you are also moving forward confidently. And so those are your messages. And I hope that they made sense. And I love you guys. And I hope that you have a really great day. Bye.